Hello there, and welcome to today's lore video featuring the notorious Slave 1. Now Boba Fett's ship Slave 1, which had a length of just under 22 meters and a width of just over 21 meters, might have appeared unique because of its distinctive shape, but the basic space frame was simply just one of the more unusual designs from the Kuat Systems engineering yards. The ship's original incarnation had been as a Firespray 31 class police craft, which was a multi-role ship primarily suited to security patrol missions. Jango Fett stole Slave 1 from the asteroid prison of Uvu 4, destroying the other 5 prototype craft before he left, whilst being unaware at the time that this left his ship as the only one of its kind in the galaxy. Now, Jango soon had the craft substantially rebuilt and had a large proportion of its interior systems ripped out. Slave 1 was then packed with numerous subsystems that were considered illegal, and the ship's cockpit was cramped, with much of its interior taken up by these additional systems. And the cabin was little more than a coffin-sized area off an access crawlway, and was fitted with only a simple bunk, some equipment cabinets and a small fresher unit. The ship's cargo bay was also relatively small, and was only capable of holding up to 40 metric tons. Beneath the cockpit was a miniature prison comprising 6 cells, each fitted with an immobilizing unit inside the bunk, and when active, the unit could paralyze beings as large as a Wookiee. And the ship also featured a contraband universal energy cage, an artifact from the early days of the Old Republic that was capable of imprisoning a Force user. After the ship passed to Boba Fett in 22 BBY, the boys struggled to hold on to what had become one of the most sought after ships in the galaxy. Indeed, vicious bounty hunter Aurra Sing had the vessel in her possession twice, the last time being on Florin, where it was severely damaged by Jedi Padawan Ahsoka Tano and subsequently crashed. Slave 1 was repaired by pirate captain Hondo Anaka, at which point it was painted green. Hondo, an old friend of Jango's, held onto the ship until Boba could reclaim it, and it remained in his control until his apparent death in 4 ABY. Its fate after that point is unknown. Now, Boba Fett was every inch his father's son, and, like Jango, he added a number of intricate modifications to Slave 1 to aid him in his chosen career. In order to protect himself and ensure a covert approach to his targets, Boba used a highly illegal sensor mask and jamming system. His hardware was apparently an Imperial military prototype, and operating at full power, the mask let his ship make planetary landings and close approaches without alerting standard scanning probes. The peculiar flight aspect of the Firespray ships was retained in Slave 1, with the craft orienting itself vertically after takeoff instead of the more typical horizontal configuration, and a full 2/3 of Slave 1's mass was filled with the ship's power generators and drive systems. With a maximum atmospheric speed of 1,000 km per hour and a sublight velocity of 70 megalight, the Kuat Systems engineering F-31 engines could match the top speed of a Rebel Alliance Y-wing fighter. His ship was also equipped with a Class 1 hyperdrive system, but the make and manufacture of the Lightspeed engine was unknown. There were 4 XF-16 power generators, all produced by Kuat Engineering, which provided Slave 1 with abundant energy for its operations. Pursuers hardly ever caught up with the ship, and fleeing targets rarely escaped it. The reinforced hull bristled with weaponry, and much more remained hidden. In addition to the twin blaster cannons that were fitted as standard to the ship, Slave 1 also mounted a single forward-firing Dimet concussion missile launcher and an ion cannon in the same weapons arc. The very tip of the ship's tail also had an extendable omnidirectional turret, which housed a composite tractor beam projector and 2 proton torpedo launchers. The launchers themselves were also used on occasion to deploy dummy warheads that were fitted with homing beacons and trackers, and when used along with the illegally modified holonet transceiver array, the trackers could report on a craft's location and trajectory even while it was travelling in hyperspace. And that's the famous Slave 1 in a nutshell. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the ship down below, and until next time, may the Force be with you.